gentlemen, global superstar, fashion designer, Mutsonga Wakahina, Rich Mnisi is in the building!
Rich, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for waking up so early in the morning. You got up at 7 and
I
you were
don't
like,
have
I'm going
as
to
much
make...
energy.
Rich is like, this is too much for like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, just a little bit too much. Hey, look, Rich has recently launched his new collection with Adidas globally. And yeah, we want to announce his accomplishments as well as allow everybody, that is you, to join Rich Mnisi and Adidas as they partner to celebrate two iconic brands that are not to be imitated. Just like you are one of one, he is one of one, and as Beyonce says, the only one. Yes.
Alien superstar. Rich, welcome to the show. It is such a pleasure to have you on. I'm so excited to just be in your presence. I think the work that you have done has always been so intentional, and you are at a point in your career where all the heart that you've put in is reflected back to you, and you are worthy of it all. Let's talk about, I mean, you're on a two-peat collection now with Adidas, like other award winners there. Take me to the day where the call came or the email landed to say, Rich, we want to do another collection.
Actually, that call came after our first sales report, and then
From Homeland, from the Homeland series.
from the Homeland series.
Yeah.
And then and I was so excited. I was just very happy that they came back. I think, they usually do like once-off collabs, especially with like smaller brands. So it was amazing that we've done something like back to back.
Yeah. And how does it feel? I mean, you've got so many accomplishments behind your name. I know that when Beyonce was here for Global Citizen, I know that you were also styling her and you had some pieces that her stylist had asked for, that sort of thing. It may sound like a bit of a redundant question in a sense, but does that stuff still shock you when you are now all these global stars and everyone is like, we want to collaborate with this guy?
Sometimes, but I mean, we work so hard that like we hope that like all the things that we manifest come to us.
Yeah.
And I have an amazing team that really also just, I don't know, they love the brand as much as I do. I think everyone takes it personally, so it's always so beautiful to have all those things come back.
The people you surround yourself with. So One of One will be a celebration of a unique collection and campaign for Pride 2023. Let love be your legacy is essentially what the collection is centered around. This is all about a love letter that you wrote to your younger self. Times when you possibly felt unworthy, times that we possibly felt unseen. What is this letter? What is in this letter that you wrote to your younger self that's inspired this collection?
I've always thought of love. Whenever we're taught about love, it's about loving other people, and it needs to start with the self. So I wanted to almost like look at my younger self and tell little Rich that I love him. And I think once you understand how to love yourself, you can love other people better. And I think that's why the reverse is very important for me, to preach self-love before loving other people, because I don't think it's very hard to understand how to love the next person if you don't know how to love yourself.
Understand it for you.
Yeah. And I know with this entire collection, I can imagine as well that it represents so many different types of people, the LGBTQ community, and just anyone who would love to wear your clothes. And outside of being an incredible designer and just an artist and entrepreneur, how important is it to you, and when did that point come where you felt like we need more representation within the fashion space, and particularly in South Africa? Because I think that overseas that maybe there were more trends that were moving forward, but over here everyone is still kind of reserved, if I can call it that, and not express themselves the way that they need to, and you sort of helped bring that forward.
Well, I grew up in Shaola, Soweto, and
You lie!
I did.
You freaking lie!
Here we go.
No. You don't understand. I am from Shawela. No. Like we're in Shawela. I'm by the clinic, Maleven. Where are you from? Oh, my way. I come from the same place as Rich Mnisi. I'm going to need y'all to respect me a little bit more. Sorry, where in Shawela?
Oh my gosh, it's so also very close to the clinic, actually.
Rich. I know, Rich. Okay.
We may have relatives in the studio right now.
We are related. I'm so sorry to jolt your interview like that. But back to the seriousness of what Zweli was asking. When did it start for you that you need more representation and need to speak out more?
So like just growing up in Shawela, I think you see a lot of queer people. But it's never a conversation. They almost erased in conversation, but like it's something that you see. And when I started the brand, I wanted to create imagery of things that I saw growing up as a child and like almost speak it to life as well. So it was just like that gap where there's certain people that exist, but they never acknowledged in conversation or in media, or like whenever someone is speaking of Shawela, you'd never speak of those people.
Yeah.
But they play such a huge role in the community. Literally the first person at any funeral helping, you know. Yes, and like, you know, for, you know, someone so important to be raised in a story like that is crazy. So yeah.
And we're going to be chatting more to Rich Mnisi about the collection, Let Love Be Your Legacy. We'll talk about what it visually looks like, where you can get it, because we need to know if it's going to be 2 million or not, you know?
We're going to have to get to the bottom of that. And we
are.
also need to chat about, we've got the most beautiful man in South Africa, according to the general public, that is in the studio. So we'll delve into more of that, as well as this Adidas collection that we have got right now, yeah?
If you've got any questions you'd love to ask Rich, he's here with us for the next few minutes or so. 084 00947 is our WhatsApp line.
Zweli and Hulisani standing in for Anele and the club, 25 after 7 a.m. And we're excited in the studio. I think you can hear it right now.
Listen here, the joy is, what do they say, Kaskhwa? It's palpable.
Palpable. That's the one. Yeah, Rich Mnisi is in the studio, and it turns out that we are not the only excited ones up in here.
Hey, Rich Mnisi. Hey, oh my gosh. I'm so happy for you. Keep doing the most. Keep flying the South African flag up high. Keep making us proud. Bo, 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 bo. We love you. We love what you do.
We love what you do, and now it's gone global, that sort of thing. Was this always the plan? You know what I mean? Like when you started out, you were like, I am going to take over and I'm going to go international and not just work within my home country.
No, definitely. I think I started the brand when Instagram started. So it was very easy for me to see that like this could be bigger than me. So yeah, that's what we worked towards.
Let's talk about this Let Love Be Your Legacy range.
Yes.
Let's talk about more about the pieces that are in it, the silhouettes that you've used. Earlier on, you were mentioning that your inspiration was really about bringing forth the people that are unseen in communities. So how do you translate that visually?
So with this collection, we wanted to make it predominantly black and white to represent allyship. Because I think there's a lot of allies that also want to support and share their voices and share stories about loved ones that are also part of the community. So that's what we wanted to front. Then of course it has the rest
color.
of
The rest of the rainbow.
yes, the rest of the pride flags were also included in the color scheme of the whole collection. And then with the silhouettes, it really is just, we just wanted to make a vast collection that everyone could find a piece for themselves, spans from sports into, you know, originals, which is lifestyle. So yeah.
So that's like 2 million.
2 million. How about like 2 million? And within your pieces as well, I mean, you've just spoken about the allyship and, you know, just having so many different types of pieces. I'm interested to find out, because that's a lot of inspiration that you need to get. Where do you get that inspiration from, and what does Rich Mnisi do when he's not doing anything, really, in your free time or spare time?
Okay, to answer that question, I just sleep.
Sleep?
Yeah.
Really?
How do you think I'm
That's
this tall?
me.
Oh, so you're saying I am this short because I didn't sleep enough when I was younger?
You woke up at 4?
I did. I did.
To make sure that you're right here.
Oh, well, short people have feelings too. The most beautiful man in South Africa, talented fashion designer, has teamed up with Adidas to release a brand new collection, Let Love Be Your Legacy. It's one of one. We'll be chatting more to Rich Mnisi, and we're going to ask him if it is 2 million for this collection.
And if we can give sizes, because I know that we both have our sizes.
And I'm sure he makes sizes for people as small
us.
as me, right?
Everyone.
Rich? Oh, okay. We've crossed the first barrier.
I love it.
The second one is getting a yes out of him.
We have got a superstar in the building. Rich Mnisi is joining us.
This is
morning.
a man who's unbridled, unfiltered, and unashamed, a fashion designer of note.
Yeah.
Let Love Be Your Legacy is the brand new collection in the one-of-one collaboration with Adidas. And before we get back to all the questions we told you that you could ask the questions that you want,
we go.
because here he is spending time with us. Let's go to Daniel.
Yep, let's shout to Daniel in Craigle. Daniel, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
We're very, very well. Thank you, my bro. We're all good. So we hear that you would like to chat to Rich Mnisi, ask him a couple of questions.
Yeah, I would love to do so. This guy inspires me a lot, eh?
Yeah, he's right here. Chat to him. He's right here live on the mic, so you can carry on your conversation with him.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Richie, how is it?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. You're speaking to Daniel.
Good to meet you, Daniel.
And I've got 3 questions. Just to get straight to the point, like, since you're from Soweto, Shawela,
Yeah.
how did you manage to market your company globally?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. We just made sure that all our visuals were refined, and it would be things that people would want to reshare and engage with. So that's how we started our brand.
Okay, so you opened a business account on Instagram.
Yes.
Okay, so from there, how did you manage to get all the connections to the US?
That's organic. That's through, I guess, consistency, making sure that you release the same amount of collections every single year, and you stay visible. I think people are very inconsistent, and I think once people see that you're inconsistent, it's very hard to trust the brand, and they can't back it.
I think it's also one of those things, maybe Daniel and Rich, you can correct me on this one, around people think that you need the Adidas in order to grow the Rich Mnisi brand. Whereas if you just focus on growing Rich Mnisi and being consistent, like you're saying, Adidas will call.
Yes, and those things shouldn't matter as much. I know we do a lot of collaborations, but they're secondary to what we do. And I think you always have to look at it like that. You should never wait for external validation or external opportunities. Just create them yourself.
I like that. All right, we're going to get into this clip right now because we got some questions to ask about this. Let's hit it.
I'm a creative director for whatever editorial, 2 million. How about that trench coat from the Rich Mnisi collection, 2 million. How about the wrestling 2 million. How about the oh my god, I'm going to the Summers, can I have a dress, 2 million.
2 million, Rich.
Rich Mnisi, 2 million. to translate, for those that don't understand, Bonang is literally saying, if you want Rich Mnisi to put on an earring on you, 2 million.
Yeah. And there's always this big disparity between luxury global brands and luxury South African brands, and you've managed to bridge the gap between making stuff that is really affordable, but at the same time, and I must put this out there, I've got a Rich Mnisi tote bag.
Oh wow, okay.
Yes. We're well within. I forgot to bring it this morning, but we're well within. But how do you bridge that gap between, what people would conceive as this is far too expensive for South Africa versus making the stuff that is more affordable, I guess, by people's standards? And I hate always going by people's standards because it should be about yours.
Yeah, but I think the decision to become a luxury brand was actually reversed. It was more about the people that I work with, making sure that I pay them fairly and that they work in a good environment. I think people ignore that, especially because we're used to buying very affordable clothing. You don't remember that people made those things, and you also need to consider how much they made from that thing you're buying for X amount. So I think that's why a lot of South African brands lean towards, creating a safer environment for everyone that they work with, than creating something that will just move off the shelves for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Fast fashion versus luxury.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we have it.
And we're worthy of celebrating the brands like Rich Mnisi. If it's within your price range, buy it.
Now, Huli, you're going to hate me for this one because we're talking about fast fashion, luxury brands. We're going to play a couple of ads and songs, and then when we come back, Rich is going to have to rate our outfit. Since we dressed up this morning.
No, whose idea was this?
There we go. It doesn't matter whose idea it was. Coming up next.
He's
You
going to
both
give me
got
a 1
ones
out of
already.
10. Oh my
Zweli Sunny standing in for Anela and the club. We've got Rich Mnisi in the studio.
Speaking of Beyonce, South African fashion designer Rich Mnisi has joined the likes of Beyonce, David Beckham, Alexander Wang, Lionel Messi, and Kanye West with his Adidas collaboration. It is Let Love Be Your Legacy, and this follows on his another collaboration, which is called Homeland, also with Adidas.
Yes.
Back to back, 2-peat, baby. What you know about that? I'm guessing you're going to be celebrating the launch of this beautiful collaboration. Surely.
Yes. So we're having a party next week, Saturday, the 10th of June. One Fox. It's going to be incredible. We have Kabza the Small. We have Shikana. We have Lelo What's Good. It's a good lineup.
Can the public come to the party?
Everyone is invited.
Where do you get tickets?
You get tickets on shop.richmnisi.com.
Oh, so do we also have to go to shop.richmnisi.com?
Are you inviting us?
Can we get invites?
Are you inviting us?
Is this dangerous to say on?
No, don't say it on
Live
the radio.
radio.
Say it on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
I'll
look at the
see you
business.
next week Saturday.
Oh! We have been invited to a Rich Mnisi party. I'm ready.
Which means now we have to look the part and dress well. So what we're wearing right now, since Huli made such an effort to look grand this morning.
No. Can we dumb down the she made an effort to look grand? I just made an effort to look more decent than leggings and tracksuit pants and my pajama top.
But
You
you're
made
still-
an effort to leave the house.
Thank you.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna glam, we're gonna Vogue. Huli, are you ready to take on the fashion show? She's putting on her jacket, ladies and gentlemen.
I
Rich
had to change for my
Mnisi
jersey.
is going to rate how it is that we look and if we can make it into the party. Yes, we got our fashion music on. It's SA Fashion Week. Really get ready. It's stage time. And let's strut. She's still got her beanie on, leather jacket. Yeah, looking great. Floral
I think I look
dress.
cute. You need to also describe that I've got like my little military boots, a
Very
little
cute.
punky girl,
Okay.
Please, Zweli.
All right, is it my turn now?
Unfortunately.
And I've got Crocs on.
So let's describe what Zweli is wearing. You can watch all of this on our Instagram page. It will be there. He's wearing these very colorful pants with this purple sweater and a blue cap. Everything doesn't match. He's got his Crocs on that are black, and his walk left a lot to be desired.
I'm done. Thank you.
Rich, how did we do?
You did.
Be
You did.
honest. Oh, wow.
You have to give a rating out
No,
of
I'm
10.
kidding. You did well.
Don't
You
be
guys look cute.
nice.
It was cute. Did you say it was cute?
That's not good in fashion.
Okay, rate our outfits, Rich, and be honest. Out of 10,
Okay, on a scale of cute though. Cute 7.
a 7 for me.
Yes.
And for Zweli, it's a 6.
6.9.
Okay, we're gonna do better. By the time the celebration comes next week,
Yeah.
I am going to be dressed by Rich Mnisi.
947